Okay, in the previous tutorial we were taking a look at an icosphere with keyframes, and we were running it into this structure like this to make it work. So you had to have that animated button set within the physics tab, but you can also use wind forces or other forces with these rigid bodies, whereas in the old days you had to use them with just regular objects, and you would have to set up the object, say, as a soft body object, but now you can do it with rigid bodies as well. So it's quite easy. You just press Shift A here and come down here to force field, and I'll add a wind to it like this, and you get these little cylindrical shapes right here. So come over here to this tab with physics, and you see the wind force field is set. So if I change the strength like this, you can see how much strength the wind actually has. And I'll move it back here, and if I want to point it towards that building, I'll just have to rotate it on X, RX. I've rotated it like this. Point it up like this a little bit. Okay, so then that's really all I need to be able to set it. And so if I press Alt A, you can see now the wind is starting to push like that. If I turn it down, RX, down like this, Alt A, you see it's not quite, that's still, so there's that extra friction of the building on the surface that's, you know, preventing it from doing that. Let me see, RX, like this, Alt A. So it has nice little effects, but the one thing that's really cool about the wind is that you can keyframe the wind as well. So it doesn't actually have to start as a strong wind. So I could be down here at frame 1, and my wind strength might be 1 or so. So in order to set that, I just hover my mouse over here and I press I, and there I've set the keyframe for that. And then maybe up here at 100, I'll just crank it up, and I'll press I again like this, and then let's run it. Kind of start strong, and you can see it gets stronger as it goes. So let's even crank it up even more up at this keyframe. I can up arrow to get to this keyframe like this, and I'll crank it up, and I'll press I. And then I'm also going to come down here, and I'll just kind of ramp it up a little bit slowly. And down here, that's at 83. I won't make it quite so linear. I'll do it like that and press I. Alright, now let's run it from the beginning. Alright, that kind of gives you an idea. So super simple setups. Blender has a lot of power, and it's a lot of fun. Right. And then the other thing that we'll deal with, and I've mentioned in other lessons, but I'm going to keep it simple, is that the mass of these objects makes a huge difference in these simulations. Alright, well that's it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next lesson.